Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. No, it's not morning. And if you notice, there's an elephant in the room. I am not alone. This is
Nevaeh Kids. Hello.
Known to me as Candy Girl number 2. This just happens to be Eddie. We're not going to even address Eddie. We're going to let her hold Eddie. And I'm just going to say to my sister-in-law today that I do not have the pillow, and I did that purposely. Did not hold on to the pillow, Bernetta. Today, I am going to be interviewing Nevaeh. I wanted everyone to know that I am not the only one in my family that has locks, but I am the only one that has Sisterlocks. So, Nevaeh, would you please just introduce yourself to the audience? Whatever you'd like to say is appropriate, and then I'll start with the questions.
Okay. My name is Nevaeh. I'm 19. I attend Winthrop University.
Nevaeh, how long have you been wearing locks?
I've been wearing locks for 6 months.
So who or what inspired you to change from your loose natural hair to wearing locks?
Well, I had this feeling about my loose natural hair. I wouldn't say that I was tired of it, but I just couldn't figure out what style exactly satisfied me. And I remember looking on Instagram, and there was this girl named Devontae Reese, and she had really long locks. She was growing them for 7 years. But even before that, I would see a lot of people with starter locks on Pinterest, and I just like the style of them. I like that they weren't so neat. I like that they were messy, and I felt like they would fit my face. And then I would talk to my mom because she has locks as well, so she kind of motivated me to get them, and I just took that leap of faith and got them.
Have you ever, in the 6 months of having your locks, questioned your decision?
I would say yes, but I don't think there is a reasonable way to validate it, because I would just compare my texture to other people's texture, and I would get worried about my texture not looking as, I guess, neat or the way I expected my locks to look. But I had to learn that I have my own hair texture, and then I just went through this process of loving my hair texture, even if it doesn't look like the next person. And let's see, I think I questioned the size of my locks as well, because the person I went to, they didn't exactly make the parts the same size. So I would get a little worried about, well, what if this lock looks a little bigger than this one and it looks uneven? But I'm pretty satisfied with it, how it looks now. So I don't really have any questions anymore. I'm pretty confident in my locks.
Is there anything that you would do differently in the 6 months when you reflect on all that has happened, the changes that has happened in your hair? Is there anything that you would do differently about your locks?
I would probably go to a loctician instead of a hairstyler, because I didn't really know a lot about locks. I just went to somebody who knew how to install them, but they didn't really tell me in depth how to take care of my locks. And again, with the parts, they didn't really do like the grid method of locking my hair. And so I just feel like I would have wanted a more precise look to my locks. And so for that reason, I would go to a loctician instead of a hairstyler.
So you didn't consult with your Granny about who you should go to, what things should look like, or anything?
Not really. I just use Instagram. So I wouldn't use Instagram. Again, I would do your research. But I still like my locks. But you know, I still would do research.
Okay, great. So, what response have you gotten from your family and your friends about your locks? Have they all been positive? Have you had any negative responses?
I would say it varies. I never had any negative responses, but I could tell when people didn't know how to react to my hair, and I really didn't care. But I would just get bothered when people... I feel like I would get bothered when people ask the obvious questions. So I'll have my locks installed my hair, and people would ask me, so are those twists or what are those? And I would say those are starter locks. And they would ask me, well, are you letting them lock? And I'm pretty sure that's what the name starter locks mean. So that's the only thing that bothers me. I had a lot of positive comments from people, you being the first one, Auntie Nana, a lot of my friends. But either way, I liked my locks, so that didn't really matter to me. I feel like you'll probably get more negative than positive just because a lot of people judge the way it looks before it starts to lock, or maybe people like the way it looks first and then when it starts to lock they don't really like that process, but that doesn't matter. So yeah.
Okay. What products do you use on your hair?
I don't use any cream-based products. I only use water, rose water, oils. I really use like the blended oil, so I'll use the oil with peppermint oil, black castor oil, and soy oil. For the shampoo I use Dr. Bronner's Peppermint Castile soap. Yeah, the Castile soap. Yeah, I don't use too many products in my hair because it's easy to build up with locks. So,
okay. So what's the purpose of the oils that you use on your hair? Do you use it on your hair or do you use it on your scalp?
I use oil on my scalp. I usually just spray rose water or water whenever I feel like using a different one. I spray that over my locks and on my scalp, but I only oil my scalp. I would say, well, let me just say this. I'll spray my hair and oil my scalp 3 times a week. I don't do it any more than that because I just feel like it builds up too much. And I just do it enough for my hair to be moisturized throughout the week. But I always spray my scalp before I put oil. I just don't put oil in my hair and let it sit because it's going to get dry and itchy. So you're not really moisturizing your hair. You're just putting oil on top of dirt and stuff. So,
yeah. Okay. Oh. My last question is, how did you feel when you found out that your Granny was getting Sisterlocks? Because you were not in the country. And you heard that I was going to get Sisterlocks. How did that make you feel?
Well, and I said this recently. I know when my Granny says she's going to do something, she does it. So I wasn't really surprised because, I don't know, I just feel like she always knows when she wants to do something. And so I'm usually just here to back her up. And yeah, I know she was confident in her decision. So I was just waiting on her to get them because she would say it a lot, but she wouldn't get them. So I really was just waiting on her to do it. But I knew she was going to do it, so yeah.
So you got my back.
Yep.
I got your back. I have Sisterlocks. And so what kind of locks do you have and how do you maintain it?
I don't know if I should say starter. Well, yeah, I can say starter locks, regular comb locks, if that makes sense.
So they started your locks with comb coils?
Yep.
And so how do you maintain it? Are you doing the palm roll? Will you interlock?
I do palm rolls, so I try to retwist my hair every 4 weeks. And like I said, I'll spray my hair and oil it 3 times a week. I will wash it maybe about every 2 to 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. I don't wash it too often, but at the same time, I don't wait too late to wash it, especially because my hair hasn't locked yet. And I know that'll change within time. Once my hair really locks in, I'll wash it less. But that's what I'm doing now. So.
Okay, great. Thank you, Nevaeh.
You're welcome.
For having my back. Thank you for agreeing to be interviewed on my channel. Thank you just for being who you are to me. I love this girl. I love this girl. I really do. I love this girl. And so Nevaeh has her own channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let her tell you a little bit about it.
Well, yeah, just like she said, my channel isn't only about locks. I do topics on spirituality. I do vlogs. I do some beauty. It's a variety of things. And my name is Nevaeh, K-N-E-V-A-E-H-K-A-Y, on YouTube. So please subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. And this is a sister who loves her locks. I love my friends. I love my family. And I love my followers and subscribers, but I especially love God because He keeps blessing me over and over and over again. Have a wonderful day. A wonderful day.